Welcome to Little Cookers. I'm Tiger Posey with Communities and Schools, and I've got a couple of guests here today. We've got Devin here, Will here. Gentlemen, where do you go to school?
Central Middle.
Central Middle School. What grade are you in?
Seventh.
7th grade. All right. So these guys are a couple of meat and taters kind of guys. And so today we're going to do some steak. We're going to do steak two ways. We're going to do baked potatoes. We're going to do corn on the cob. We're going to do that on the grill. And then we are also going to do a salad. And we're going to do a mason jar salad, one that's portable that you can take with you. All the ingredients are in one spot, so when you're ready to eat it, there it is. So baked potatoes take a little while. We are going to start with those. So we've gone ahead and washed our potatoes. What we're going to do next is we're going to put a little bit of olive oil on those things. All right, and then we'll sprinkle them with salt and pepper, guys. The oven's over here. It's at 425 degrees. That'll need to cook for about 45 minutes to an hour. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll jump into our other things. All right? Sound good? All right, so with your paper towels, if you don't mind, let's dip them in. Oh, that's our vinegar. We'll dip it in our oil. Then we'll rub those over the potatoes, all right? So if you'll just go ahead and grab you a little bit of oil from there. There you go. Then you're probably going to need to do that a couple of times. Just you want to get a nice coating on there. There you go. We'll clean up any messes you got, so don't worry about that. So what do you guys like to do for recreation?
Play baseball and ride four-wheelers and dirt bikes.
All right, baseball, four-wheelers, dirt bikes. You will?
Pretty much the same thing.
Pretty much the same thing. All right, now are you on baseball teams or you just go out there and, swing the bat with a couple buddies?
Baseball team.
Baseball teams, all right, good. All right, we got those coated. Now we're going to do, just toss it to the side. We'll throw it away in a minute.
Trash.
Sure, trash, thanks. All right. A little bit of salt. We're going to do just a little pinch here, about 3 fingers over the top. You'll rotate it. Pepper too, so one of you can grab one of you can grab the other. There you go. Yeah, that's good. Now you want, there you go. Keep one hand dry, one hand wet. There you go. All right, switch. Very nice. I'll grab our pan. Excuse me, Devin. Go ahead and grab that from underneath you here. All right. Now, when you think you got it covered and it looks good, just toss it in the pan. Oh, wait, no. We'll need to prick it a few times. I'll get you a paper towel. While you're pricking those, you want to do, about 6 or 8 little stabs around the potato. There you go. Yeah. Come on. Get in there. There you go. That's to let the steam release. Let it cook all the way through, and it won't explode the skin won't explode. There you go. And Devin, you can just rinse off your hands there after you're done. All right, Will, I think you killed it. Okay. All right, and just drop that. Now, these will go in the oven, like I said, for about 45 minutes to an hour. We'll see the crispy skin and all that. We're going to clean up our mess, get ready to make our salad dressings, do that kind of stuff, and we will be right back. Welcome back to Little Cookers. We've got Devin and Will here from Central Middle. We've got our potatoes in the oven for our baked potatoes. They're on at 425 degrees. They've been in for just a few minutes, so we'll keep an eye on those. Now we're going to make our ranch dressing. These guys, simple gentlemen, we're going to have us a nice little ranch for our salads that we're going to make in mason jars. We've got a cup of mayonnaise here. Devin, if you don't mind getting that out of there for me. Yeah, use your spoon, get all that out. Will, we're going to let you put in the buttermilk. We're actually going to make a buttermilk ranch today. Very nice. Got it. Thanks. You can move that stuff to the sink. Will, there you are. That's a cup of buttermilk. Perfect. All right, now, this is the magic ranch powder. All right, you can find this in your grocery stores. They do not give out the recipe. All right, so now we're going to use this. What tool is this, gentlemen?
Whisk.
A whisk, very good. Ding, ding, ding. All right, so since you guessed the tool, I'll let you start. I need you to whisk that really good. We're going to get into a nice consistency. Then we're going to put that in the refrigerator. It needs to chill for about 30 minutes or so. That'll give us an opportunity to get our salad stuff ready and work on our marinade for one of the steaks. We got a flat iron steak that we're going to put into a marinade, and then we will hit the grill. Devin, I tell you what, man, I know that this is something that you want to do. You can go ahead while he's whisking that up and getting it ready. You can show us how you peel corn. You said this was something you wanted to do. So show us how you shuck it, man. What are you doing? Tell us.
Peeling
Peeling it
shuck
back.
off.
You're peeling back the husk, right? What's all this stuff?
Strings.
Strings. It's corn silk. Yes, it's strings. Do we want to have that?
No,
No, we want to get rid of that. Why?
because it gets stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, it gets stuck in your teeth. Nobody wants to see a guy or a gal picking corn out of their teeth. It's not very appetizing, not very cool. You can't look very cool picking corn straw out of your teeth. So we'll get all that off as much. How's the ranch coming?
It's pretty good.
Does it look pretty good? Have you tasted it yet?
Nope.
All right, what we want to do is, once you think you've got it to a good consistency,
Taste it.
yeah, you got a tasting spoon right here. Just put you a little on the end, make sure it's all right. Not going to choke anybody. Got a good, nice texture to it. Corn.
Looks pretty good, don't it?
It does, but we're going to have to wash it.
You want me to get
So-
some more off yours?
Yeah, man. Do you not think I did a good enough job? Hmm?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? All right. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take this. Will's going to move it to the refrigerator for us. Thank you, Will. Then we're going to get our strings off. Whoa, let there be light. Let there not be light. Let there be light. Here we go. We're going to wash our corn. Boom, boom. We'll get that out of your way. Be sure you scrub that with that water. That'll help get the rest of our corn silk out. All right, Devin. You can go ahead and wash that corn. I'm going to move this back here.
Yeah. Well,
All right, while they're cleaning the corn, we're going to clean up this corn silk. Thank you very much. And then we'll start on our salad. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Tiger Posey here with Communities and Schools, Little Cookers. Devin, Will, potatoes are in the oven. Ranch has been made. Corn has been husked and cleaned. Now what we're going to start on is getting our salads ready. All right, then after that, we're going to do our marinade for our flat iron steak. And then we will build our salads in our jars. And then we're going to probably move on out to the grill and get that fired up and get started. So right now we're going to work on prepping our salad stuff. Cucumber, who wanted that? Okay, Devin wanted the cucumber. So what we're going to do is, Devin, we're going to take off the ends there. These have already been cleaned. Other end. There you go. Now cut it in half, please. All right. Now, some people like the skin on their cucumbers. Some people don't. What kind of guy are you, Will? You like your... It doesn't matter to you? What about you? Doesn't matter. All right. So we'll do half one way, half the other way. What I want us to do, though, seeds, though, I'm not real big on seeds. So we're going to cut this long way like that. Put this back over here for you. And then we're going to scrape out the seeds. What you need to do is hold it in one hand, get your spoon like that, and then you can kind of just pull it out in one piece, all right? Use the tip of your spoon. You can pull it out in one piece. All right, Will, we're going to put you cutting the romaine lettuce. All right, so you're gonna take off.
Cut that
Yeah,
right
yeah, cut that. You know what's up.
There you go.
There you go. That's good. Devin, do the other side, please. And then with this, yeah, you want to do about, yeah, about an inch, man, about an inch. Very good. You can put your stuff in this bowl. Lettuce has already been washed. Very good, Devin. All right, same thing on that other half, please. Good skill to have, knowing how to cook. Never have to rely on somebody else. Nobody's lost a finger yet, so these guys know their way around knives. They like outdoor activities, so that's good. What else do you like to do? Somebody said they were on the wrestling team. Both of you on the wrestling team?
Yeah.
All right, what weight classes?
I'm 145. And I don't know if you.
What are you, Devin?
About 115.
All right. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Good, good. All right, lettuce is done. The end pieces don't look too bad. All right, Devin, how you doing over here? All right, now, so we're gonna keep one side with skin on, one with skin off. So what you need to do now, this is, I want you to pay attention to me here. You're gonna be coming toward yourself here a little bit. So I want you to be careful, all right? Just kind of come nice and easy, all right? Or down like that so you're not coming toward your finger. Whatever you're more comfortable with as far as your knife skills, okay? This one we'll keep with the skin on, and I'll go ahead and let you chop that up. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go small pieces since these are in mason jars. So I go ahead and cut that in half one more time like a good pickle spear.
And spread it like
Yeah, and then split them out like that. Keep them like this. If you can keep them close like that, then you can just make a small little pieces there, and those can go in that bowl. Yeah, absolutely. Good job. So 7th grade, you're about to move up to 8th grade. Is that an exciting feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah. Be top of the pack. You guys are men of few words, aren't you? Oh. You've mangled that. That's all right. It's all going in the same place.
I know I kind of made a mess.
It's all right. It's part of the fun. It doesn't have to be perfect, man. All right. Good job. Clean off your shavings there, and then you're going to do the same thing that Will's doing over here. There you go. Nope, slices. Yeah, once down the middle there. There you go. One more time, done that. Good job. Will's done. All right, and then now we'll start on the onion. All right, while he's finishing up. Now, this is a red onion. All right, they got white onions, yellow onions, Vidalia onions. There's onions of all kinds. Shallots. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the little bottom end off here, top end off here, and then I'm gonna give it just a quick little slice. Here, I got you one right here. Give you a quick little slice down the side like that, and then we can peel off very easily this outer skin. Now, I've cried many times in my life, guys, but onions always seem to do it to me. So I'm gonna let y'all have the pleasure of this. I'm gonna give each of you a half. Boom, boom. Now, with this, go across here twice. Okay, oh, let me show you. Cross here twice. Keep it together, turn, and then you see it's kind of got its own little guidelines for you there.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna go straight down through and give us small pieces. All right, your knife, sir. I'll get rid of this trash. What are we doing? All right, let me show you. Okay, Hold your knife like that. You got control of it, all right? There you go. Keep together. Spin it. Wait, you got a little crusty part right there. Let's get that off. There we go. Yeah, just like that. Just like that. Actually, we'll mix those in together. Put everything in there. Good job. Way to save those fingers. Nobody cried yet?
Mm-mm.
All right. No heartbreak in your lives to make you just cry. Broke up with the prettiest girl in school. Oh, no. All right, so I got us some tomatoes. We're gonna cut those in half, please, gentlemen. Oh, interesting. One of you's going long ways, one of you's going the other way. Guess what? Doesn't matter which way you go because we don't have to be perfect.
Gosh, it's burning
It's
my
just a
eyes.
salad. Oh, what?
It's burning your eyes.
Oh! We won't tell anybody you cried today.
God.
I think that's pretty fun.
All right, you can put your tomatoes back in our bowl there.
Oh, dang.
That's all right. We clean that table.
You okay?
No.
Devin, look into the camera and show everybody how emotional a man can get. That's good. That's good. All right, we've got our salad toppings done. We got our salad toppings done. We're going to clean up, and then we're going to make our marinade for our steak. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Little Cookers. Right now, we are going to start our marinade for our flat iron steak that we're going to do. We're also going to do a ribeye today, but ribeye is a great cut of meat. We won't need a marinade for that, just a little bit of salt and pepper. So what we've got here is a little bit of cilantro. Now, with the cilantro, these guys just said, man, that looks like a lot. I mean, it does, but we're not going to use these stems. So we're just going to take the leaves off. So we've got to go through here and get the leaves off. Now, as we do that, we're going to grab that and we're just going to pull down. All right? Pull down, strip these leaves. Boom, boom. All right? Split that up with you guys. There's you some, Devin. Will. We're also going to use in our marinade, we're going to use a little bit of olive oil. We're going to use some hot sauce. It would be like a sriracha sauce. We've got a little bit of honey for some sweetness. Got a little bit of vinegar to help break down the meat, tenderize it a little bit, and some salt and pepper. We'll whisk that together. And then we will cover our meat with this marinade and let it sit for, about an hour or so. Our potatoes are in the oven. They should be coming out shortly. Will, what was that sound that you just made?
Stink bugs.
Smells like stink bugs. Cilantro does have a very distinct smell. So he says it smells like stink bugs. I've heard some people say it smells like soap. It's different, but these are usually used, and cilantro is used in a variety of ways, usually with tacos and those kinds of things. A lot of the Latin dishes use cilantro. It's a cool herb to keep in your garden, grows pretty easily. We did notice though, what did we notice when we were cleaning this cilantro?
Really sandy.
Really sandy, yeah. So cilantro grows in pretty sandy soil. So be sure if you're using cilantro to really rinse it off. A lot like your collard greens, if any of you guys out there like collard greens, it grows in sandy soil and you got to be sure to really wash those and get the grit off. Thanks, man. Because you don't want to crunch down on some sand. It's very unappetizing. All right, guys, I'm going to toss this away. If you'll put that all together in one big bunch right here on my cutting board. I'm gonna show you a little technique what we're gonna do here. All right, so we've got it like this. It just needs to be a rough chop. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of make, you ever seen the paper cutters at school?
Yeah.
You know, like the whoosh. So we're gonna make a little paper cutter out of this knife, okay? It's gonna be a cilantro cutter. We're gonna get it in here, and I'm gonna hold the top of this knife, all right? That's gonna keep force down on it, and then I'm holding it just like this, okay? Fingers are out of the way. I'm not holding it like that because what will happen?
Cut your hand.
I will lose that little end of my finger, and I do not want that. That's my pointing finger. All right, so just like this, we can go all the way down. Mix everything back in. Mix it around. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make that into little pieces. Got me? All right, who wants first? Will, you pointed to Will. You haven't lost the end of your pointer finger. Will, get in there. What are we doing this summer, guys? Got summer plans?
I'm going to the beach.
Going to the beach. What else?
Probably go swimming a lot.
Swimming a lot? Where you go swimming? You go local pool? You got a pool? You got friends with pools?
Got a pool.
All right, cool. Swimming a lot then. Every day would be my choice. All right, yeah, keep it going, man. We want this little.
Little.
Yep, it's gonna get little. Now you ride your four-wheelers and that kind of stuff. Do y'all go camping and riding four-wheelers or do anything like that during the summer?
We go to West Virginia and go riding up there.
Okay. What about you, Will? You do the same thing?
Yep.
All right. Yep. All right, your turn, Devin. Get in there. Use that technique. Watch your fingers.
Cut it real good.
Oh. Oh!
Is it good?
Yeah, that'll work. That dog will hunt, as they say. All right, so we're not going to use all of this because that is a lot, and we can always add more. You can never really take it out once you got it in there. Now, I'm feeling through here, and I'm not feeling any grit, so good job on the cilantro washing. Who did that?
Me.
You? Good job. Look, both of your pointer fingers work. I like that. Don't even have to say anything, just point. We're going in here. I got one pinch there. I'm going to give us another little half pinch. So we're using about half of what we cut. All right. I'm going to go ahead in there maybe with a little bit of honey. All right. I'm just going to use one of these spoonfuls. That'll give us a little sweetness. Boom.
I've never seen that.
You never seen honey before?
Well, I've seen honey, but not in that.
Oh. You ever seen this before?
Yeah.
Okay. A little bit of hot sauce. You like hot sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like hot sauce? All right, so we'll add maybe a little bit like that. That's going to be about a tablespoon or so. Vinegar. Break down the meat. Smell that. Get you some. Woo! Get you some. Yes. It's apple cider vinegar. We use 2 tablespoons of that, looks like. Now we're going to use our olive oil. We're going to be generous with this. That helps bring everything together. Give me a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper. Give me a little bit bigger of a pinch there, bro. There we go, Will. There we go. All right. Now, about got that honey off of there. We'll mix that up real good. Smell that. Smell all right?
Mm-hmm.
Smell all right? All right, you guys both got your tasting spoons, so we got to make sure.
Oh.
What? What was that? You don't want to taste this? Are you kidding me? It's got oil, vinegar, hot sauce, cilantro. Come on. Oh, it's going to go on our steak, so we got to figure out if it's going to be any good.
Try it.
Who's brave enough?
I'll do it.
All right, that's right.
I don't know about that much.
That's fine. Just whatever you're comfortable with.
Not too bad.
Ain't too bad. I will take that. Devin, give me a ain't too bad
Get you a
or
big
better.
piece.
Yeah, get a big piece. There
No,
you go.
no, you didn't get a leaf.
I gotta leave.
No. It's pretty good.
Not
ain't it?
good?
Uh-uh.
What was it need, man?
What's the need?
Huh? Don't you know the rules of television cooking shows? No matter what you think about it, you're supposed to say, man, that's awesome.
I'm nasty.
You sure? Man, that's so good.
Oh,
All right, well, should we put it on our steak?
Might as well.
yeah, I guess.
Pretty good.
All right, so we're going to stay here. We're going to let this kind of sit and marinate. We're going to let these guys build their salads. The ranch dressing, how long has it been in there? About a half hour?
You want me to get it?
Yeah, please do. One of you.
Get it.
I'm going to rinse off my spoon. Man, you guys are cracking me up.
What about the pickles?
No, I just need the ranch dressing, please.
Where is it? Is it?
It's in the yellow bowl.
Yeah,
There
it's
you go.
good.
All right, bring it on out then. All right, so when we're building our mason jar salads, we want to have our wet ingredients on the bottom. So your dressing and that kind of stuff's going to be on your bottom so that it doesn't get everything, soggy on top, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you, this is a third a cup. You probably won't need a third of a cup of dressing, but if that's your choice, then that's your choice. So here, into the bottom, right? And then whatever toppings you like, if you like your cucumbers, tomatoes, onions, whatever you want, that'll go on there. And then our greens will go on top of that, okay? So I'll let you guys build your own salads with whatever we need here. I'm gonna move this off to the side. And I'll get out of your way so y'all can have center stage here, and I'll get this stuff out of the way and cleaned up, all right?
I want some more ranch.
Well, get in there as much as you want, man. All right, toppings here, Devin. Is that all you want? Might as well get you another dip.
Might as well.
God.
Oh, soggy salad.
Oh well.
That's all right. Everybody loves ranch. So yeah, get you some onions, cucumbers, tomatoes, whatever you like. That'll go. That'll go there. Now we've got, these guys said it doesn't matter to them if they have the skin on or skin off, so we prepared it with both. We've got our tomatoes. One guy decided to cut them lengthwise, one of them decided to cut them widthwise, so there you go. Once again, doesn't really matter. You want some tomatoes, Devin? No tomatoes for Devin. Okay, yeah, there you go. Whatever you want, man. Build it up. Growing boys, right? Right. All right, so next, yeah, whatever you want for you. All right, then stack your salad on top of there. Do not shake it yet. We'll shake it whenever it's time to eat. So just go and pile your greens on top of there. Now these salads, some people pack them for lunches. These are things that you can easily do the night before, 2 nights before. They'll last up to 5 to 7 days in the refrigerator. They'll stay fresh. So really pack it in there, man. Get you some lettuce. Yeah, get you some lettuce in there.
I'm good.
You good with that?
Yeah.
All right, here's a lid. You can move that to the refrigerator. Don't shake it yet. I saw you about to do that. There you are. So this technique can be used for a variety of salads. You can use whatever ingredients you want. You do want to keep your wet ingredients on the bottom, and you go up to your lettuce and that kind of stuff up to the top. And they do stay fresh for a long time. Great lunch ideas for either yourself or the kids. We'll be right back. When we come back, we'll be putting our marinade on our steak. We'll get that in the oven, in the refrigerator, and then we'll check on our potatoes. And we should be moving outside to grill here in just a few minutes. Welcome back to Little Cookers. Devin, Will from Central Wilkes Middle School. Men of few words, but man, they are rocking it here in this kitchen today. We've got our marinade that we just made. We've got some cilantro in there. What else we got, Devin?
Oil, vinegar, and hot sauce.
Oil, vinegar, hot sauce.
Honey.
Salt and pepper.
Honey, salt, and pepper. Good job, guys. All right, so what we're gonna do, we are gonna get this onto our flat iron steak. Flat iron steak comes from the shoulder of the cow, and it's got some fat in there, so that keeps it tender. All right, so we want to just kind of, with this marinade, we can kind of really mash it there into the meat. All right, this is going to soften it up, tenderize it, give it a little bit more flavor. We've also got a ribeye that we're going to cook today, which is one of the choicest cuts of meat. This is not that expensive cut of meat. The ribeye typically is, but it's got a good fat content in it. It's a great piece of meat to go on the steak. We'll be joined in just a little bit from a friend of mine when we go out to cook these steaks. His name is Nick Weirman. He is a CIA chef. He also works for Carolina West here in Wilkes County. So he's a good friend. He's a good guy. He knows what he's talking about. So I've kind of massaged that, kind of pushed in, loosened it up a little bit. See? There we go. All right, this is gonna marinate for a while in our refrigerator. Now you can marinate it up to, I'd say 6 or 8 hours, but we don't have that amount of time. So 45 minutes to an hour will do the job that we need it to do. So Will, if you don't mind, if we got room in our refrigerator, if you'll find us a spot in there,
Right,
we'll go to that. And then we'll be back. We're gonna work on our ribeye when we get back. And we'll see you soon. Welcome back to Little Cookers. As you can tell, we have moved outside. I'm Tiger Posey with Communities and Schools. We've got Devin and Will here from Central Wilkes Middle School, and we've been joined by Nick Weirman, CIA chef, local celebrity, and he is here to help us with our steaks. So what we need to do first, though, I think, Nick, what here will take the longest amount of time? We've got our ribeye steak we have not seasoned yet. We've got our marinated flat iron steak that these guys have worked so hard on back in the kitchen. We've got our baked potatoes and our corn. What do we need to start with here?
We always want to work with what's going to take the longest to cook.
Right.
So that you can be finished at the same time. If you start the longest to cook and then make stair steps into it, you'll be finished and everything will be hot and on the plate at the same time. So the corn is going to take the longest of all these things.
Okay.
We'll need to roll it 3 or 4 times and make sure all the kernels are cooked all the way around.
Gotcha.
So we'll put that on first.
Okay, great. Well, we will, guys, I'm going to go ahead. Do you mind me just grabbing the corn here and tossing that on? Now, Nick, we've got our grill. It's hot. We've scraped it. It's clean. Do we need to go top level with this, or should we go straight down here on the heat, or maybe off the heat here? How would you suggest?
A couple of ways you could do it. With the husks on, direct heat is perfectly fine. It kind of steams it from the inside.
Right.
But without the husks on, it's a little more tender and a little more delicate. So I would go with the top or indirect.
All right.
In this situation, let's go on the top rack.
All right, we'll go top rack here. Now, should we go ahead and butter it now, or do we want to cook it a little bit longer? And
if we butter it now, it's going to get some of those smoky flavors from the grill. So it'll pick it up a little easier.
All right. Well, we melted some butter back in the kitchen. We've got it in a styrofoam cup, so it's still warm. I'll let Devin. You're the one that says you love butter, so we'll get a little dip on there. Brush that for us real nice. All right, that's gonna be good. And when we roll it, we'll add some more butter. We'll let you do the next round. How about that? I'm gonna put the lid back on there just so no flies are tempted. These potatoes, these are our baked potatoes. They are still warm. Should we put them on the grill maybe just to keep them that way.
Yeah, indirect heat.
Way off. Yep, we'll put them out
Keep
here.
'em warm.
Yep. I'll add some flavor. We'll put it up here next to our chimney. All right, I can get rid of this now. Should we go ahead and shut this down a little bit,
Yep,
and we'll
keep
talk
everything
about
warm
our
while we're seasoning.
and we'll talk about our steaks. All right. So we do have our marinated flat iron steak, and Nick, you weren't with us, so we'll go through kind of what we did with it. Thank you, Devin. All right, so guys, let's give him a rundown of what we got on our steak marinade. Give me one ingredient.
Salt, pepper.
Salt. Those were 2 ingredients, but yes, that's good.
Go
So
together, so.
yeah,
Honey.
honey. We had honey in here.
That green stuff.
The green stuff, which is what? Cilantro.
Yeah.
Okay, got some cilantro there. What else?
Vinegar.
Vinegar, apple cider vinegar. What else did we put in there? A little bit of olive oil, right? Put a little bit of olive oil in there. That's hard to say. Whisked it around, and then we massaged it into
sauce.
our meat. Oh yeah, we did. We got some hot sauce, right? We got some sriracha in there. We like a little bit of heat. So that's been marinating for a little over an hour.
Great.
So we've got that. Now, our other cut of meat is going to be our ribeye here, and I'll let you talk about the what exactly the kind of cut of meat that is and what we need to do for it. So I'll turn this over to you, and I'll step out of the way, and you can teach these boys a little bit about steak.
The
Excuse me, guys.
ribeye comes from the center of the cow, kind of along the backbone and along the rib, hence the name ribeye. That and the fillet don't get used very often when the cow is moving, so it tends to be a more tender cut of meat. When you have a sirloin or something that's in the rump of the animal or a shoulder, it's used a lot. So there's a lot of connective tissue. There's a lot less fat in it, so it gets used a lot. And it
Which
gets,
is what our flat iron is,
correct,
right?
which
Comes
is why
from
we're
the shoulder.
marinating.
Right.
We're marinating it to help break down some of those tissues. The ribeye especially has a lot of intermuscular fat. This intermuscular fat will help to lubricate it as you eat it as well. It's also wonderful for flavor. Now these big giant pockets of fat, those aren't very good for eating, but they will impart some flavor as it cooks, and it'll cook down and spread over the meat.
Now, is there a term for that fat that's kind of in there in that steak?
There probably is.
I've heard it's called marbling.
Oh, in the steak.
Yeah, in the steak.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
intermuscular fat is marbling, yes.
Okay, yeah.
And then these big pockets are just fat
So if
cat,
we're at the
butter
grocery
fat.
store, right? So if we're at the grocery store, we want a steak with some good marbling in here,
Correct.
right?
Inside the meat, all these little ribbons of fat in the middle, those are excellent to see in beef. And the better the beef, you'll see more intermuscular or marbling, intermuscular fat or marbling.
Right. So with this ribeye, what do we need to do? Do we need to marinate something like that, or
You
do we
can.
just? Okay.
You can marinate it for an hour or maybe a little less. Gives it some flavor. But something with this good of a intermuscular fat around it, it's just a really nice looking steak. Really all you need is salt and pepper.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll do that because that's what we brought out with us.
You guys want to do that?
Yeah. Let's let them do that. We got. Here's our pepper here, guys. Here's our salt. We'll let each of
So
you do
just a
one.
big generous pinch of salt and just spread it all the way around the steak, and then the same with the pepper. You want to make sure that it's covered all the way around. Yep. And do that again. See, hit the spots that you missed and around the corners and that kind of thing. There you go. And then we'll flip it over. Flip it over and do the other side. You want to do both sides so that it's well seasoned all the way around. There you go. And when you're dropping the pepper, hold it a little higher. And what that does is gives you a little better coverage. Instead of having those little pockets of pepper, it actually spreads out as it falls. That should be plenty, guys. All right.
Good job.
That's great.
All right. I don't know that we're ready for it to go on the grill quite yet, but we'll set it here maybe.
It's ready to go to the grill at least.
It's
yeah.
ready to go to the grill. So corn, how long are we looking for the corn outside?
I'd say it's probably 10 or 12 minutes minimum.
Okay.
And with the heat that we've got, you're probably about 15 minutes. So
Okay. So what we'll do is it time to roll it maybe? It's been
Yeah.
on there for about 4
Yeah,
or
we can
5
roll it.
minutes. Maybe
Definitely
we
roll
can roll it one time. Oh yeah, look at that.
Can we get the butter?
Huh? Yes, please do. Get the butter. Will be buttering this time.
Yeah, I'm buttered.
All right. Already starting to see a little bit of browning on those corn kernels. That's good. Oh yeah. All right, great.
Looks great.
All right, now we'll shut this down.
Probably one more turn and we'll put the ribeye on.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So we know one of these gentlemen what his preference is as far as temperature of the steak. I prefer mine medium rare. I don't know how you like yours. Rare, medium rare, somewhere on there. Devin, how you like yours?
Well done.
Well done. What about you, Will?
Medium rare.
Medium rare? All right. So the well done steak takes a little bit longer. It cooks out a lot of that fat, dries it out just a little bit. So today we're probably going to go for a nice medium rare. We'll go medium for you so we don't want to shock you too much, okay?
Around the edges will be well done.
Yeah.
And the center will be medium.
Does that work?
So as long as you don't eat the middle, you'll be fine.
It'll work. We'll make it work. Yeah, so we'll be back in just a minute, and we will be putting our steaks on the grill. See you here and back in just a minute. All right, welcome back to Little Cookers. We have Devin, Will, and Nick here. The steaks sound like they're about to go on the grill, so I'm going to step out of the way, let Nick do his thing, show these guys how to grill the perfect steak, and we'll be enjoying our dinner before we know it. So it's off to you guys.
All right, guys, here we go. We've got our corn turned twice, so it's well on its way. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to put our ribeye on, because it'll take a little longer than the skirt steak will. So if we take the ribeye and we're going to place it right back here in the back, right over those hot coals. You have the tongs. We slide that all the way to the end, so it'll open for you. There you go. And just situate it right back here in the back of the coals. Yep, right there. All right, you want to hear that sizzle. That means your grates are hot. If your grates are hot, it's going to make nice grill marks on your steak, and it's going to taste delicious. So what we're going to do is we're going to close the lid one more time, give it just a couple of minutes to sit and grill and get those nice grill marks, and then we're going to turn it. And when we turn the steak, we're just going to turn it flat, a quarter turn, and that'll make cross hatches on the steak as well. At that time, we're also going to do the corn again. We'll turn it again and butter it one more time as well. So if you'll grab the steak, skirt steak, we'll bring it over and get it ready to put on as well. So, the skirt steak being a good bit thinner than the ribeye isn't going to take near as long as the other steak is.
No.
So what we'll have to do with it is wait until we've flipped the ribeye, and then once the ribeye has been flipped, then we'll put on the skirt steak, because it'll only take a couple minutes aside to get it done.
Now, with that flat iron, will we have with that marinade? Will that kind of dampen our coals and cool it off any, or
It shouldn't.
Okay.
If it was very, very wet and it dripped a lot,
Right.
yes, maybe.
Okay.
But you've got just a small amount of marinade there, so
Sure.
we'll let it drip dry just a little bit before we put it on.
Great.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's do a quarter turn on that ribeye, and you can see around the bottom the browning that's happening around the edges down there. So what you do is pick it up with your tongs and then turn it just a quarter turn. Pick it all the way up off the grill. There you go. And now lay it right back down. There you go. Great. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the flat iron on. Kind of hold it up in the air and let it drip off just for a second. And then I want you to stretch it out right along that line.
Hey, Will, you want to go ahead
Yep.
and buttered corn as well?
Yep.
Maybe
Yeah.
roll
And
and
that goes back
butter
to the
that
table.
corn.
Great. Excuse me. Still got the tongs, so will you roll the corn around one more time once he's done with the butter? There you go. Looks great. All right, we're gonna close it down for another minute or two, and we'll talk about doneness. When we're cooking a steak is basically the muscle. So you've got muscles in your body too, and as you cook it, the muscle kind of tenses up, and it draws in. So how can we simulate that on our bodies to show what our doneness level is? When you were poking at the steak in the package a minute ago, it is raw, just like our muscles are right now too. So if you just hold your hand out and poke at this little pad of your thumb, that's what that steak felt like when it was in the package. Now as it cooks, it's gonna get tense and draw up, and it's gonna get tougher. So if you put your first finger to your thumb, that's gonna be a rare steak. And then if you put your middle finger to your thumb, that's going to be a medium rare steak. Your next finger, your ring finger, is a medium well, and then your pinky finger is a well done steak. So once we flip it, you guys can touch it again, and what you'll feel is about rare, because it hasn't cooked all the way through. It's only halfway done. So you touch your steak, and if it feels like that, it's raw, rare, medium well, and well done.
Pretty cool trick.
It's a neat little trick, and chefs use it all the time. You'll see some chefs in the kitchen doing that. Anyway, let's flip our steak. You got the tongs still? So let's flip the ribeye, and we're gonna go just flip it right over. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Doesn't that look great? And you've got the cross hatches. You've got searing going this way and searing going that way, so it's a beautiful steak. I'd serve that at any restaurant. All right, and so let's look at this one. Let's just pick up the very end and just kind of flip it over and let's look at it. All right, so that's doing pretty good too. Let's give it just another minute on that side, okay?
That looks good.
You guys want to test the theory? See what I think we're about rare on the ribeye.
Yeah.
So you just touch it right there and then touch your, it's gonna feel like about rare.
Feel about the same?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So it just needs a couple minutes, and then we'll turn it again, and then it'll be medium rare to medium when we take it off. What else do you want to know? Any questions you have on the grill? Anything that you've always wondered and never been able to ask anybody?
Not really.
No?
What would the time difference be? These guys were talking about some deer meat earlier. What's the difference between, now we've got our cow, what would we be doing the same thing with the same cut of meat?
Flat iron. Flip it over.
Would we be doing the same kind of time frame with deer meat, venison, as we would with a cow?
It would probably be a much shorter amount of time.
Okay. Why is that?
The cattle that are bred today are bred to have that intermuscular fat inside them.
Right.
Then that will in turn tenderize them and be there with flavor.
You just give that a quarter turn? Look at you. You know what's
There
happening.
you go. All right. And now we'll just let them sit for another minute and a half, 2 minutes, and we're going to be pretty well done. Cattle today is bred to have that intermuscular fat,
Right.
and to have that extra fat on the meat.
Right.
That way it's more tender and more flavorful. Deer is not.
Right.
So what you get from a piece of venison is a very lean piece of meat.
Right.
Cooking it well done is almost inedible, unfortunately. Or you can do a braising method,
Okay.
long and slow cooking with liquid.
Okay.
Something like a pot roast. A lot of venison is very, very good as pot roast.
Gotcha.
And that type of thing.
Turn the corn.
All right, so the ribeye's done. So we need a plate for it, or
I think we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go straight here on the cutting board here.
All right, so grab the tongs,
Oh gosh.
and we're just gonna put it right here on the cutting board. You can do it. Yeah, there you go. Flip it over to the other side. It's just a little prettier. Perfect. All right, and then the flat iron steak should be done any minute too.
Do we want to roll and butter that corn? I know Devin likes a lot of butter on that corn.
You want to butter it again? done.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, put some butter on there.
Potatoes are hot.
Yep, they're still hot. They're good. All right. I'm going to take them off as well.
Okay. Take off what? The corn and stuff?
Oh, you don't put them in that bowl?
Yep. We can put them in this bowl. That's what we came out here with. There you go. What do we have there?
Medium.
Medium?
Yep.
Good. All right. Potatoes. I've got another little plate over here.
You want me to flip that again?
Let's flip it one more time and put it kind of halfway back.
Like
There
that?
you go. Right there.
Or does
Let
this
it-
side
let
need
it
to
go
be
for
cooked
just
more?
another second. It's not quite ready.
I'll put it on. You want me to put it on the other side?
It's fine. Right where it is. And then another little plate or bowl for
Gotcha.
the potatoes.
Yeah, I got you a
All
plate
right,
for
you got your tongs.
potatoes.
Grab a tong, throw a potato on here. There you go. Now put the other one. Perfect. Thank you. All right.
Will, how much butter was left in your cup there?
About that much.
About that much? Good. So that we can use that butter for the potatoes. It's already melted. We'll do that when we open them up.
Let's take the flat iron off and ready to serve, guys. You want to check the doneness on the ribeye? Here you go. Put it right here.
Ooh.
There we go. All right.
I'll get this corn out of the way so these guys can get a good look at those steaks. All right, fellas, so now we've pulled them off the grill, and sometimes in restaurants I'll see, or on other cooking shows, they'll say, let it rest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what does that mean, and why would we do that?
Well, you've been changing the nature of the muscle, the
Right.
proteins in there, and it needs a minute to stop.
Okay.
If you cut into it right now, they're so active and hot and being manipulated that all the juices from where you've cut are just going to run out of the steak. And so it does make the steak less moist and less tender. So if you let it rest for 2, 3, 5 minutes even, it'll keep a lot of those juices inside the meat, and it'll be nice and juicy and tender.
Great. All right, cool. Well, I guess while we're waiting on those to rest, you guys can probably shake your salads. You can go ahead and do that. I'll go ahead and I'll cut into your potatoes, get you set up there. Now when I cut, I go to the middle and then I push.
Squeeze them.
Squeeze them up like that. Look at all that. That gives you a little cavern, all that. Butter can soak in there. Now, Devin, I know you like butter. You've already told us that, so be sure you save some for your buddy Will, okay? You got your salad shake? You put a lot of dressing in that thing, man. That's a sloppy salad.
It's healthy.
Yeah, super healthy. We made our own buttermilk ranch dressing earlier,
Oh, yeah.
so that's definitely, here you go, Will, if you need butter for your potato.
Corn.
There you go. Yep, we got our corn. Now, looks like we got white corn and yellow corn. Can you tell us the difference in that? Do you know the difference in the white corn and yellow corn?
Type of plant.
Right. Gotcha. Is there any difference in the sweetness of said corn? Is one sweeter than the other?
Sweet corn, I believe, is yellow, but the white corn, it can be just as sweet if it's cooked correctly and fresh and local. Especially.
All right, great. Which would you guys prefer?
I like both the same.
All right, well, I'll let you close your eyes and pick one then.
Go ahead.
He defers to you. All right, there you go. Hot?
A little bit.
A little bit. There you go. There's your corn. We got some plates here.
That's good.
The potato? Good potato. That's good. Now, you think it's time to cut into our steak?
Should be just
All right,
fine.
should be good. All right, so what we want to do is, fellas, is there any, with this flat iron steak, is there a particular way? Do we go with the grain, against the grain? How we need to do this? I'll leave this up to
Well,
you.
you
The
need
flat iron
butter?
steak,
Need butter?
the grain of the meat actually runs down the length of the piece of meat. So what you'd like to do is cut against that grain. I also cut it at an angle. It gives you a little more surface area. So let's start here, and we'll just cut against the grain.
Dang, fellas. Looks good. What you think about all that?
I don't know.
Devin?
I don't know.
You don't
I
know?
don't know.
I see that.
Prepare to be
Still.
And then the
amazed.
ribeye is already cut against the grain, each slice of it, because the grain runs this way. So it's already sliced against the grain. The heart of the ribeye, this is the eye, is one of the most prized pieces. This is one of my favorites out here on the outside. It's called the cap, and that's one of my favorite pieces. I'm a big ribeye cap person. I like that as well. So let's get a little bit of the eye cut here.
There you go. You got both your things.
That one looks more well done.
Yeah, I think we got it to a medium well, I believe.
Because this one is, there's something.
Yeah, we're about medium, maybe a little medium well, and a little bit. So there's some ribeye, guys. Here's some flat iron.
There's just some forks, guys.
Yeah,
Well, there's a fork for you. You've got your fork. Can I serve you guys? Yeah, just help yourselves on that. Nick, would you care for a little bit of steak there?
A piece of flat iron would be great.
Yeah. There you go. And then your ribeye there, guys.
Great, thank you.
Well done, gentlemen.
And not temperature-wise, but very good job.
Yes.
Pretty good.
I mean,
That's
very
good.
good job.
It's
Your marinade's great.
Get you a piece of this right here.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah, try it.
Come on.
Try new things.
It's pretty good.
Definitely try new things.
I want to cut a little bit piece.
You want me to cut you some that's more done?
No, a little piece of it off.
A little piece. How's that?
Yeah.
Ribeye pretty good, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Nick? Ribeye? Get you. You like the cap, don't
That
you?
one right there, yep. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Great job, guys. How's that corn?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Great.
Corn's good. Taters good. Salad. Y'all even gonna try your salad?
Made a complete meal.
I know, right? Look at that.
Lots
And
of juice.
self-contained.
That's good.
Yeah, lots of juice. Instead of well done, try medium well to start. You know, that doesn't have any red in it. It might have just a smidgen of pink. But if you just take little baby steps and work your way back up to medium, even if you're medium, you'll be
Is as low as you go. It's
yeah, you'll still be in a lot better shape than you would be if well done.
Yep. All right. Well, another episode of Little Cookers. I'd like to thank our two guests from Central Middle. We got Devin and Will, our friend Nick, for helping us on this grill. I'm Tiger Posey with Communities and Schools. Remember, we could always use good people to come into our schools. We're always looking for tutors, always looking for mentors. So give us a call. We'd love to have you. Thanks again for joining us here at Little Cookers. Have a great day.